So this past week, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp just kind of crashed, right? It went down and people kind of lost their minds for a bit. It's crazy how we get so dependent on social media that once it's taken away from us or it's gone, we don't know how to function in normal life. Now, this is probably mostly Gen Zers and people who just have no lives whatsoever outside social media, but that needs to be changed. You know, some of us, when that app went down, when those apps went down, we chose panic over production. You know, we chose to just not know what to do with our lives. A lot of people just ran over to Twitter and we're actually tweeting the fact that I'm just over here because Instagram is down. Like, really? You have that much of a need for social media that you're willing to go anywhere for social media instead of just picking up the phone and calling someone you haven't talked to in forever, or going to visit that person who lives maybe a block away from you, maybe picking up a book and reading it. I don't know. But I know one thing. We as society have to do better. We can't really let this be the end all be all of our lives. I, for one, know that when they went down, I got a lot done. Like, I did all the laundry in the house, all of it. And I should be doing it anyway, but still, like, I chose to be productive. You know? That's all I'm saying, people. Let's not depend on these social media apps like we do. We have lives. Let's live them. Ladies and gentlemen, blurs and nerds, freaks and geeks, this is Do You Speak Geek, episode 97. What's good, y'all? This is Do You Speak Geek? I am your host, Nix. Hopefully y'all didn't miss me too much. You know, news was kind of dry last week, but you know, we back at it again. Shout out to all the new subscribers and new followers. Oh, real quick, shout out to everybody who was doing their thing, who was cosplaying and connecting and just having a ball at New York Comic Con. Yo, y'all made me real jealous that I was not there. So I'm officially saying now, next year in 2022, DYSG will be at New York Comic Con. But again, shout out to all the new subscribers, all the new followers. Thanks to everyone who listened to previous episodes. And if this is your first time joining us, welcome to Do You Speak Geek. This is the podcast where we bring you all the latest news and reviews inside of the geek realm. If you're listening on Spreaker, shout out to the home team. You're probably listening there. If not, Do You Speak Geek is on all major podcast outlets. So wherever you get your podcasts, search for Do You Speak Geek and be sure you subscribe. DoYouSpeakGeek.com, the central hub for everything DYSG. We got blogs, merch, pictures, videos, photos. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff over there. So please go to DoYouSpeakGeek.com. And by the way, all merchandise purchases this month go to Susan G. Komen for breast cancer awareness. So, you want to help out a good cause? You want to look good in some DYSG swag? Head over to that link and get something. Follow us on social media. Facebook at DYSGFB, Twitter at DYSG_tweets, and Instagram at Do You Speak Geek. Also, TikTok at Do You Speak Geek. YouTube, the only place where you can find the Dono and Daddy show. Please be sure to subscribe, like, Hulk, smash that bell for all notifications and leave comments. We want to know what you guys think. Like I said, last week was pretty dry, but we're back with plenty of news this week. There's definitely going to be more next week. But since we here, let's do what we do about this time, people. Let's speak geek.
Suit up.
I want to be the very best.
Talk nerdy to me.
All right, people, we got reviews coming at you at rapid fire. Far Cry 6 smooths over a lot of the bumps that have cropped up in the past few games, and even though it Missing in some steps, especially with this new inventory system. It's still the best the series has ever been in years. Oh, come on, man. You got Dean Big Brother Almighty as the villain. You can't miss with that. So definitely check that out if you have a new next-gen system. Escape the Undertaker, featuring the New Day. It's it's a little silly, but it's satisfying. It's definitely one of the good things of Netflix's interactive platform. So, if you're a hardcore fan or even a casual fan of wrestling, you should enjoy this one. Muppets Haunted Mansion. It can be best described as the mashup of Muppets, Halloween, and Disney's Haunted Mansion. It's the movie we thought we didn't need, and we know we needed it. So it's definitely a good look. Check that one out. Metroid Dread, a surprise sequel after nearly 20 years. Metroid Dread brings back the legendary exploration and progression and merges it with excellent modern combat and some of the best boss fights ever. And speaking of Metroid Dread, you're going to be playing that on a new Switch, so play that on the Switch OLED model. Now, it does enough right to make this mid-generation refresh worth the $50 to $150 premium over the older models, assuming you don't already have a Switch, like myself. At the same time, that $50 premium does not make sense for Switch owners who only or even primarily intend to play games in a docked mode. But this is definitely an amazing system. Get one if you can. Those are your reviews. Let's hop into my favorite portion of the show. Y'all know the vibes. Source Wall.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Behold the Source Wall.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends.
There is nothing wrong with reading a story and looking at the pictures.
Enough said, Stan. Let's hop right into it. The pull list this week. The Amazing Spider-Man 76. The unthinkable has happened. Zeb Wells and Patrick Gleason will remind you why you love and hate comics. I don't hate comics at all. I'm only guessing this is going to be something crazy that happens, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. So bring it on, Zeb and Patrick. Let's go. Static, Season 1, Number 4. The Dakota crackdown comes for Static's friends. As the government cracks down on the superpowered teenage Big Bang babies, Dakota's schools are getting emptier and emptier. And with someone he loves in the sights of the roundup, Static must put his own life and family at risk to protect them. Excellent book. I have enjoyed every issue. Let's keep this party going. Titans United Number 2, guest starring Hawk and Dove. The Titans uncover a plot against them. Someone has been stealing their powers. But who? And what has it got to do with Superboy? Guess we'll have to find out. Hardware Season 1, Number 2, with Dakota convinced that Curtis Metcalf is to blame for the Big Bang riot and the police hot on his trail. Curtis decides to change the game in a way that Edwin Alva won't see coming. He just needs to find a way to leave the country without getting caught. Yeah. Again, milestone. They had not missed. Please read these books. They are amazing. And finally, we have Black Panther Legends Number 1. Now, I've been personally waiting for this one. Dive into the legend of the Black Panther in this new origin story by acclaimed author Tochi Onyebuchi and New York Best Times selling illustrator Setor Fibigetsidi. Perfect for the middle-aged readers. T'Challa and Hunter are brothers growing up in the idyllic royal palace of Wakanda. There goes beyond the usual sibling rivalry, though Hunter, although older, is adopted, and T'Challa is the true heir to the throne. Both brothers wrestle with fairness and the future, readying themselves for responsibility when tragedy strikes and takes the choice from them. This new series, ideal for young fans and loyal readers alike, will explore the moments that make T'Challa who he is, from his adventurous upbringing to his walkabout as a teen where he meets the enchanting Aurora Monroe before she becomes a legendary Storm, to when he first invites the Fantastic Four into Wakanda. Son, brother, warrior, king. As each chapter unfolds, new pieces of T'Challa's character will be revealed and the Black Panther will emerge. I cannot wait to read this one. It is going to be dope. If you all want to get their hands on that one, please be sure to check this and all other picks out at your local comic book store this week. Let's watch this.
Watch this, y'all. Thunder! Thunder!
Lannister always pays his debts.
Whoa, dude. I am the villain of the story.
All right, folks, House of the Dragon, the first trailer released for the Game of Thrones prequel. HBO has released the first trailer of House of Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel, and it's arriving next year. The trailer doesn't reveal too much, but shows us a series of images of Targaryen family members, the core of the new show, as well as a mantra of sorts. Gods, kings, fire, and blood. Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did. Ew, this gonna be so dope. Of course, along the way, we see the Iron Throne, joust, sword fights, lots of bright white hair, the Targaryen trademark, and just the hint of a dragon. It's set around 200 years before the original series. The show will tell the story of House of Targaryen, the line of kings that ruled Westeros before Robert Baratheon took the throne and eventually kicked off the events of the Game of Thrones series. The show features a star-studded cast including Paddy Considine as King Viserys Targaryen, Matt Smith as Prince Daemon Targaryen, Emma Darcy as Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, and Rhys Ifans as Otto Hightower. Co-created by George R.R. Martin and Colony's Ryan Condal, and from executive producer and director Miguel Sapochnik, who directed many iconic Game of Thrones episodes, including the Battle of the Bastards and The Long Night. House of Dragon will air on HBO and HBO Max. Alright people, it's time to go back to Westeros. Hopefully this series will be dope and won't end the way the other one ended. And hopefully there are no Starbucks cups either. Okay, moving on to another trailer. Dragon Ball Super Superhero gets a new trailer. Now, this one was revealed at New York Comic Con. The teaser gives us a vague idea of the plot and the upcoming film, and quick glimpses of familiar characters from the Dragon Ball franchise, including Goku and Piccolo. While not much about the plot was shared, the panel did confirm the movie is set 10 years after Goku defeated Buu. The new trailer includes a large 2022 release window, but notes that the release schedule may vary depending on your country or region. When we asked for more concrete US release details, the panel noted the Japanese premiere date is set for 2022, but is still in negotiations for when to release it in the US, with no updates shared regarding the English dub. So, we have a ways to go to wait to see when we're getting it here in the States, and if it'll be in both sub or dub. I, of course, am a dub guy. Come for me, I dare you. Marvel's WandaVision spinoff with Catherine Hahn's Agatha Harkness is in the works. Now, the series spinoff centered around Agatha Harkness is coming. According to reports, Hahn will return to play Agatha in what is being described as a dark comedy. The exact storyline and setting details are not being revealed yet, but WandaVision writer Jack Schaefer will both write and executive produce the Agatha Harkness series. This would be the first project under Schaefer's new overall deal with Marvel Studios and 20th Century Television. Marvel fans will certainly be buzzing at the news, as Hahn's Agatha Harkness is not only a fan favorite, but also a very pivotal character in Marvel lore. To me personally, Agatha Harkness has been one of the best characters in this new phase of the MCU after the Infinity Saga. Yeah, definitely a well-deserved spinoff here. Can't wait to watch this one. Let's go ahead and jump into some life.
Peace, love, and video games!
It's on like Donkey Kong.
That man is playing Galaga.
Alright gamers, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate reveals Sora as the final DLC character. Now this was a big deal for a lot of people. The final character was revealed as Sora from Kingdom Hearts, announced by series creator Masahiro Sakurai in a final presentation. A new trailer referenced the original Smash Bros. Ultimate reveal. It showed Mario throwing a fireball that opened a portal, bringing Sora into the world of Smash Bros. Sora will be added to the game on October 18th. It will cost you $6 USD as a standalone and is part of the Fighters Pass Volume 2. Sakurai says Sora's controls are relatively straightforward, but he will remain distinct from other characters. He's built for airborne combat, but his weakness is weight. He weighs less than young Link or Isabelle, meaning you will want to avoid hits. Wow. As you'd expect, his basic attacks utilize the Keyblade, and several attacks are designed to hit enemies in the air, allowing you to begin air combos. So keep that in mind when you're playing with Sora. Sora can also use some Kingdom Hearts magic. Some of these are damaged, while others are used for cosmic-only taunts. The aim is for Sora to control as much as possible as he did in the original Kingdom Hearts game. So, people, this is the final reveal. Hopefully the acclaim of this game keeps up with the final reveal here. That means they're pretty much done with new reveals, and let's see what happens to the community of Smash Bros. From this point going forward. The Friday the 13th game developer is working on a Ghostbusters game. Ilphonic, the developer behind Friday the 13th and Predator Hunting Grounds, is working on a Ghostbusters game. As pointed out by Reset Era user Cherahome, Ilphonic studio co-founder Raphael Sadiq casually revealed the title in a recent interview on the music podcast Questlove Supreme. Sadiq let slip the company is working on a Ghostbusters tie-in after being asked how many games the studio currently has out. Quote, Friday the 13th is the last one in Predator, and we're working on a Ghostbusters right now. Sadiq said quickly before moving on to talk about the studio's most recent project, Arcadegeddon, which is currently available in early access out in 2022. While it's still speculating at this point, Ilphonic's involvement may point to the kind of game we'll be getting. The studio's previous movie tie-in projects were both asymmetric multiplayer games, with both Predator Hunting Grounds and Friday the 13th seeing one player control a formidable enemy who must defeat a group of other players controlled survivors. I'm with this. You know, if you get a team of guys as the Ghostbusters, or you could play, I don't know, one of the Hell Dogs, you could be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, you could be Ego, like, I would love to be Ego and just smash everybody. Yo, give me this game, bro. Give me this game. Plus, it wouldn't hurt to catch a few ghosts. You know, I would love to, catch the Scoleri brothers, I'm sorry, I'm an 80s baby. Y'all already know. I'm an old school guy. And finally, Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the definitive edition has been officially announced. After many, many leaks, Rockstar Games has officially announced the Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy definitive edition comprising of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. The updated games will be released for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC via the Rockstar Games launcher later this year. Mobile ports will follow next year. All three games will feature across-the-board upgrades, including graphical improvements and modern gameplay enhancements for all three titles, while still maintaining the classic look and feel of the originals. More details will follow in the coming weeks. Rockstar has yet to confirm if the games will be released in a single package, as individual titles, or both. The exciting versions of all three games will be removed from digital storefronts next week. Rockstar also announced that the games will come to iOS and Android in the first half of 2022. That's nice. I like this. Hopefully this isn't the only thing that Rockstar has to say before the end of this year is out. We still got 3 months. Y'all could at least tell us that you're working on something bigger and maybe even better than this. That's just my opinion. Take it as you will. All right, you nerds, let's mark out.
So what you gonna do?
Goodbye and good night. Bang!
Okay, Wrestling Smarks, AEW introduces the TBS Championship for the AEW Women's Division. All Elite Wrestling officially introduced the TBS Championship during Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. The title will be a part of the AEW Women's Division and will celebrate AEW's Dynamite upcoming move to the TBS network beginning in January. It was then confirmed that a tournament would be held to crown the first champion, similar to how Cody Rhodes became the first TNT champion, and that Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue, Ruby Soho, and Jade Cargill will be involved in the tournament in January. I mean, at this point, just go ahead and give it to Jade. That's how I'm feeling. AEW's network change was first announced back in May on this podcast, though it was later confirmed that AEW Rampage will remain on TNT along with AEW's quarterly super shows. Brett Witt, general manager of TNT, TBS, and True TV, explained AEW's move during a media conference call when Rampage was first introduced. So, I mean, my obvious pick is Jade Cargill, but who do you guys see picking up this TBS championship? Maybe Thunder Rosa will finally get a championship in AEW, who knows? But with Jade Cargill going on a tear, I don't see it happening. And with more women's wrestling news, WoW Women of Wrestling returns with a new TV deal along with Tessa Blanchard and AJ Mendez. So WoW is heading back to television, and with a new TV deal has given the promotion its biggest platform yet. Last week, WoW announced that they've partnered up with a new multi-year distribution agreement with Viacom CBS Global Distribution Group, and the new deal will see new episodes launching in weekend syndication beginning in the fall of 2022, specifically September. They also revealed that AJ Mendez, aka WWE's AJ Lee, will be providing color commentary during each episode, and that Tessa Blanchard will be returning to the ring alongside The Beast, Danny, Brianna Montez, Kath Smith, Alex Garcia, and Emo Akpan. They also revealed that all episodes of WoW will be available on the CW Seed and Pluto TV in December of this year. WoW owner Jenny Buss and Mendez will be executive producers, while creators Dave McLean and Nick Stotler will serve as executive producers of production. I'm with this. You know, AJ is finally back into wrestling at some point or another. Hopefully, we'll see her even get in the ring. Who knows? I'm finally glad Tessa Blanchard has a home now where she can really showcase her skills. The girl's just too good in the ring, regardless of how she is outside of it. She's just amazing in the ring. So this is good. Hopefully this will be a nice, amazing thing to watch next year, and we'll see what happens from there. Well, y'all, that is the pod, and I'm going to do what I do about this time and go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all for listening. Please be sure to like this podcast, subscribe to this podcast, let your boy know what you think about this podcast. Visit the website, doyouspeakgeek.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out our YouTube channel, like and subscribe to the videos there. As always, people, live to play to win to live. I speak geek. Do you speak geek?